this real quick because I feel like it's the biggest thing. Every cafe gave me this regarding the lolly accusation. Okay, this is just completely Rose Mulet
regarding the lolly accusation. So you weren't being real then? You were faking it? Like what? What? Who is the real you then? Bro, the way he's breathing, man, it's like such high stakes. It's like this is like such a high stakes situation. You're talking to Rose Mulet, like Rose Mulet of all people. Loam. Do I feel bad? Do I feel bad? Do I feel bad? Do I feel bad? I think on balance of things, I don't really feel that bad for him. And because I can see there being an image of like, oh, you just want to pull him back down to your level or something like that. Genuinely, when I first heard about his move to music content, I genuinely thought, yeah, fair play to him. He's doing something he loves and he's getting a look, fine. The stuff that just rubbed me up the wrong way and made me talk about it the first time round was the fact that he was like completely wretchedly misrepresent. He was saying like, oh, that's not the real me. I'm the real me now on stream. Do you feel bad? Didn't you flat out call him a pedophile on the thumbnail? No. First of all, well, I'll take responsibility because it's my channel. I believe it was that he's trying to escape his pedophilic past, first of all. So not that he's a pedophile. And I think he got called Lolicon Liam in the thumbnail or something like that. But no. Oh, well, just to be clear, I don't think he's a pedophile, okay? And in fact, I've defended him on the basis there's not good evidence against old Lolicon Lerix. I don't think there's substantive evidence that he is like a pedo or something like that. But, I mean, he was clearly into like weird anime shit at the very least. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. And I think, there was obviously an element of leaning into certain aspects of it.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make
my
money
goodness.
off depressed people?
Kai!
Have my money.
Kai with a very generous $50. Thank you. Appreciate that. But, the problem here is that he has tried to move into this new sector. And from what I can gather, originally he was a bit more like bantery and edgy and stuff. But then when he started doing his music segments first of all. But then he started to basically like turn a bit in order to placate this new teeny bop fan base that he's cultivated. That's the claim. I've not watched this proceed. You'll have to see what you think of that. I've just heard about this because obviously I'm not interested in his music content. And the problem is for me is like, yeah, now he's doing this thing where he's like, that's not the true me. I'm the real me now. This is the true me, not what I was doing last year or as many as what. Back in January, he was still doing commentary content, And yeah, I think that he's gonna, I mean, from what I can gather, apparently he's not streamed since he had this combo with Rose, which is on the stream after this, which we might watch at some point. I don't know, dude. People are saying that he destroyed Rose in the combo. My guess is that all he was able to do is show that Rose was a malicious actor. And that, Rose was presenting jokes in a certain way and stuff like that. Rose clearly has got, some bitterness about the fact that, other people don't get as much shit for their edgy stuff. And on top of that as well, seems to have some weird fixation on going after music YouTubers, like with Brad Taste in Music. So anyway, this is his initial comments on some of the controversy. So let's have a little listen and see what our old friend Lerix has got to say for himself and go from there. I don't know if I'll watch his react to the video. That seems a bit excessive. But sure, we'll listen for a bit and see how we get on. It is mainly just him reacting to the video, so I don't think there's much value in reacting to the react. But yeah, we'll see.
Hello? Are we live? No intro song today. Hello, okay, let me just make sure we're live. Hello. What is up?
Bro, look at the chat, man. Lerix, you can't run away from your past.
Live.
Oh my god, dude.
Hello, everybody. How is everybody? Sorry for the late stream. I've been gone. No intro here. Well, I've been gone all day. I've been out, unfortunately. Very unfortunate circumstances because now it's a late stream. But it's good to see everybody. It's good to see you. Sorry, short stream today. Just to address kind of just like some frustrating and annoying things, but regardless, just make things pretty clear. Be pretty honest about stuff. But what is up, Mr. Sen 2.0? Oh my god! Look at this. The gig's up, Liam. Pack this gay music mumbo jumbo up and bring back Lerix Mom X return. Thank you, Comment Cop. I'm good. I'm good though. No, just a quick thing. Just unfortunately, but you know. Just going to be talking about it. Let's get right into this. What is up, guys? So just like a short stream today, talking about stuff. And because this girl Rose Mulet that you may recognize from some kind of form in the internet, on the internet, mainly known. I know her from Brad Taste and the kind of crazy things she said online. She said on Twitter. So she made a video. This music YouTuber is hiding his past on me, and there's a few people confused or wondering on the subreddit on like why or like what's going on. So I want to do a quick stream talking about it, like giving context and whatever. And if Rose Mulet does want to call in at any point or talk about it, I've reached out to her to see if she wants to talk. I've reached out to her. She could call in and talk at any.
Yeah, I mean, why did he even react and respond to that? I just don't understand why he felt it necessary to do this thing about it. Most people that watch him would not even have known about this. Maybe he just wants to clear it away early so that he can move forward from, you know, the video. But really? You're getting felted by Rose Mulet, it feels like? I don't know, it just seems stupid.
Point.
He does. He gets loads of views, bro. Before this kicked off, I was like, oh, okay, damn, he's, you know, doing well for himself, whatever, etc. Hope he's managing to make something of it. What, you know, I didn't really think that much about it. Just, yeah, if someone's doing something they love, fair enough. Yeah, I just find it just irritating, very irritating that he's done this kind of like, you know, dishonest. That's not the real me, guys, and. It's not like a super big deal to me. It's just a bit personally irritating because it's like, well, when we've been on stream together or we spoke, are you saying that was just fake then? That wasn't the real you? Do you know what I mean? It's like, well, what were you just like a total chameleon? And you were just saying what you needed to say to, you know, placate whoever you were talking to at the moment? Or is now the real you? Or is the new you the fake you and you're pretending for your new audience and the real you is who you were last year or something? It's ridiculous. Again, it's like, you know, the tech tone thing again. It's just like, be realistic, be real about what's going on. Yeah, it's like Mutahar-esque. The real me shit goes against everything he told everyone about. I'll be the same on both channels. Wow.
Of time. I'm about to go live and address things. You are more than welcome to join and talk about anything involved. We'd like to settle this genuinely, but do anything you're comfortable with. So Rose Mulet, I don't know if she's going to be calling in. She's kind of an unpredictable person. So she may call in, she may not call in. We'll see. I'm not just going to call her out of the blue, but if she wants to, you know, she can. I hate these dishonest commentary people. There's a reason she got chewed out by Tommy C. Well, we'll get into it first and foremost. So she just made a video, and dude, it's just brutally, like, just insanely, like, clipped out of context and just.
Well, the thing is, I don't really know if the new him is the new him because, I mean, again, I will be fair. I don't really watch his music content, so I have relied on chat for this take, which, you know, I don't normally like to do, but it was quite resolute. But it's that, yeah, he has changed. And he's not this, like, he doesn't act the way that he used to. So, you know, you'd have to take from that what you will. But from what I can gather, yes, he has changed the way that he acts. And now he's trying to disavow jokes that he was making as little as like a year ago. Like, this guy was joking about women getting raped on the internet. And now he's, you know, trembling at the thought of having to respond to a Rose Mulet video.
You know, of course, frustrating and annoying to deal with, but there's some certain things I do want to talk about. genuinely as well. And if anyone has any further questions too, we could talk about it. Mama Max is responding. You're making a music stream. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not concerned about Mama Max responding. I'm not. That stuff's the past for me. I'm sorry, Spawn.
Actually, that's a good point. What are his videos like? I've not even watched. That's it. Yeah, let's throw one up quickly and see.
So I put out a video prompt of the worst YouTuber music. Give me some songs that you think are the worst of the worst when it comes to YouTuber songs, and I'll go over them tonight on stream for a video. So we have a bunch of comments here. Okay, this is gonna be a funny one because of course there's a lot to pick from. There's a lot to choose from, I assume. There's a lot of ideas through people's head. You know, thinking of the core ones like Dream, thinking of Corpse Husband. Okay. Why are you torturing us, sadists? What do you mean? Here's the thing though. I want to, as always, with these like the worst of videos, I want to find the diamond in the rough. I'm going to try to find something good. There's got to be something that's at least a little overhated. Nuxtaku Twitch's hentai? Oh. Don't even get me started. I wasn't even thinking of this, but this is brutal, man. If you guys haven't seen this yet, nothing is about to prepare you.
Twitch thoughts giving teens bloody no sleeping.
This actually goes hard.
On stream still pulling views cleavage on wherever I turn, but I watch for the plot.
It's
I mean, dude, he's 244,000 views is wild. I mean, it's tricky because he's talking about music. So it's difficult to get a read on whether or not I really think he's changed. Because it's like, well, yeah, he's obviously changed. He's talking about music, not drama now. What is the one thing that I can see that would allow me to really hammer home that he's changed? I don't know, man. It's difficult because that's a random point in his stream.
I'm sorry, Spondal. Unfortunately, that stuff's behind me. That's I can't. Boo. I'm just not that personally interested. But just quick short stream tonight. But let's see this first and foremost. So yeah,
Oh. Yeah, with the beat. So can someone put that in the Discord? I keep hearing about this Beatles video that apparently I must watch. This is apparently the big piece of evidence that he's changed. Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've heard she really isn't a reputable source, but I was a bit heated up. Yeah, there was a post on, how do I pull this up? What is r/YouTube YouTube drama? What is that? It got posted there too, and
So I showed, because I was saying that people didn't believe me, and I showed some of the Reddit posts. So I've seen the Reddit posts already. Apparently there's what is this? Something about cats? I'm not really seeing the cat thing that you're talking about. I think you're bullshitting me.
Let me just quickly pull this up. Like her video, I don't know if it was like her self-promoting or whatever. I haven't looked into it to know who exactly posted it. It could just be somebody, but let me just pull this up real quick. The new thing, yeah, whatever this is. Let me just get this on screen.
Oh. Okay. So what do you get if you sign up for the Liam Donavan Patreon? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You get consistent pretzel pictures and updates, lol. So he's shilling cat pictures as part of his Patreon. Right, okay. Yeah. Okay. Bit weird. I mind you though, I did say earlier, saying something's weird is not a very good criticism. Okay, to me, that would seem to me to be a move in order to attract a certain type of fan base. And while it isn't the end of the world, it's you're like tapping into some sort of parasocial connection there that I think is a bit, indicative of you moving away from perhaps a mindset and then claiming this is actually the new you. For little girls and old women, yes, exactly, yes, precisely right. That's it. You've got it. That's what's happening here. I've seen his subreddit, yeah. I've seen his subreddit, dude, and it's full of weirdo art. Where is it exactly? Here it is. Liam Donavan music. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. So we got like fan arts. What the? This is like the kind of stuff we think makes Ildotare weird. He's like, it's just a norm on his subreddit. JavaScript me. Got my own thingamajig. So some sort of instrument they're doing. Okay. Queue closed. Oh, look at my cutesy art for your queue closed thing. Okay. That's a bit more normal. In fact, this person is like a commentary person, I'm pretty sure. So that does seem a bit more regular. Aiden texts you at 2 a.m. What you doing? Are you awake? Wait, what is this from? Okay. Right. This is the post I showed before, right? What is this? I don't know if it's SSRR withdrawal, but I'm low-key worried the Rose Mulet sitch messed with Liam or he's sick or something. Because he's gone 2 nights without streaming and hasn't said anything on the Reddit. Liam. 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 You thought you could escape us, but we're still here. What the fuck, bro? He goes AWOL sometimes. So I'm guessing this is maybe a product of this Rose Mulet expose, is that right? Spondar's watching. I'm a bit perturbed, and I feel like I don't want to take it completely on faith that he's like definitively changed.
5, the king has returned after destroying Rose Mulet. Play Apple Bed by Sparkle Horses. The queue open. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much, guys. You kill me sometimes. I appreciate the 5. The queue. I just started stream and the queue isn't open. There's no queue today. There's no queue today. But you can always know whether or not the queue is open or closed by this guy. Oh yeah, people made signs too. People made signs as well that I want to go over. We got some cool stuff to take a look at. But first and foremost, guys, how it goes at the beginning of every stream. We're at 1.3.
People made gay signs we got to look at. Oh my god, dude. We thinking day 4 no stream? Okay. So what is the deal? Was he streaming daily up until this point or something? And now he's not. Is that right? Okay. Liam's MIA. Crying cat thing. Right. Chud is so jealous. Right. Dude, I could not get away with a bunch of fangirls making weird art of me. You guys would just absolutely relentlessly brutalize me, okay? Come on, let's be realistic here. Sponsorships. Yes, look, dude, I know that this person is like a more normal commentary type person, I think. What actually happened to Pretzel? Okay. More fan art. Fucking hell, dude. Oh my god, man. That's not even the worst of it. The other day, I looked at it. Didn't I show it on stream? And there were these utterly deranged pieces of fan art that were getting posted. Yeah. I mean, to some level, he can't be blamed for what his community is posting. But then, you know, there is some level of, well, why is it that these particular people are posting this particular art? Anyway. Yeah, like I say, it just comes across like he's becoming the new Brad Taste in music. That's what it feels like.
Rose Mulet. Yeah, this is it. So, Liam Donavan / Lerix / Laraze exposed by Rose Mulet. Rose covers her personal interactions with Liam, how her coverage of Brad Taste was motivation for launching a music channel review. Claims he steals content ideas directly from other creators. Oh man. Including herself. Okay, yeah, so we'll get into that.
2 upvotes on YouTube drama, yep. Just stupid. Why did he even bother responding to this? What is this guy's problem, dude?
Crazy. I did not steal any ideas interesting enough from Rose Mulet. I know, a lot of people were thinking that. I mean, that's kind of like the most, like one of the worst or just like nothing points of the video, but we'll go over that. It's annoying how people are taking Rose's points without looking up any context. Yeah, but it's just a quick thing to address. Of course it's annoying, but you get out of the gate anyway, so. Don't you ask your viewers for ideas? Yes, I do ask my viewers for ideas. I do that all the time. That's where kind of like a bunch of ideas actually come for the channel anyway. And I'm pretty sure someone even suggested in one of the streams for like the worst samples of something. So, but yeah. As well as looking into his inappropriate history under previous channel names. So talking about like the previous commentary channels that I used to run. So, already this got like terrible reception on r/YouTube drama, which at least this was kind of relieving to see. Why is the dono glitched? Why is that dono glitched? Wait, can I fix that? Alert. What the? Can I get this off screen? Okay. There we go. Sorry, there's another thing. Everyone was going 180 on you. Well, I don't think that's the case. I think it's just like a loud minority of people who just like aren't familiar and just asking questions. So that's all I'm just hoping to like clear up any out of context or annoying things. And, that's the only thing you could do is just come forward, talk about it, be honest. But it was expected. Well, to a certain degree, but let's see though. Yeah, so
Il Dottore, you're the prime demographic Liam preys on. Yes, I mean that's a fair point.
Already the reception of this was completely shut down by r/YouTube drama, which I mean at least that's relieving and cool to see. Rose Mulet is the last person who should be exposing someone else. Don't bother watching this slop. Yes, Rose Mulet, a true beacon of morality. Fuck Rose Mulet. So that was just like the top.
Once again, people exposing themselves as being completely unable of holding multiple thoughts in their head at the same time. Yes, Rose Mulet is a clout-obsessed freak who has made this as a hit piece because they're bitter about the fact that, Liam gets a fair crack of the whip on looking at his past or something like that. But also, it can be true that Lerix is like, wanting to move beyond things that have happened in the past, as evidenced by the fact that in response to this on a subreddit, he was saying things like, that's not the real me. That's not the true me. Don't act like that anymore, because the real me is how I act on stream now.
Top comments or whatever is 2 upvotes, but we'll get into the full thing. There was some Reddit posts. I guess I should go over first. Where does it start?
Bro, what? Look at all these
Reddit posts. I guess I should go over first. Where does it start?
What? This is what I was showing the other day that was deranged.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Forest Cat 1. Who is Forest Cat? Thank you for the super chat, Ethan.
Arts. Aside from the normal fan arts, okay. Not
Real him is smiling at the camera while barren women ogle him and throw money at him.
really going to be going over the normal fan art today. I'll do it tomorrow, but...
Potato Loam. Oh, isn't Loamy Bear... Loamy Bear. Loamy Bear.
Not really that fitting. Just want to do this quick thing. What is a Rose Mulet? We'll see. We'll talk about it. But let's see. Where is the ones when people are genuinely talking about it? Let's see. Yeah, so Omega in the chat, which this is somebody you're way past. Yeah, Omega in the chat, which when I saw this, I was just kind of like annoyed because like, damn, like kind of like a regular in the chat who at least has this opinion. So then I thought, okay, this is someone who's genuinely like concerned about this or is asking questions. And if there is...
Rose is mad that Liam is less likely to be accosted in a women's bathroom than she is. Lolicon Lerix can't escape the crab bucket.
Bro, thank you for the super chat. It's not a crab bucket, dude. I would not give 2 fucks about Liam going and making his based music content. It's just the irritation that he's, well, he's going to go into it now, so let's see what he says.
Anything that somebody has a question about, I genuinely do just want to clear it up. But, so, Omega, famous chatter. Let's see this. This is important to me, at least. I assume you've seen the video by Rose Mulet, and even if you haven't, you probably know what it's about. If you don't talk about it, I don't think I could continue watching your content. I always try to assume the best out of people, but I can't do that here. Hope you talk about it because I like your content. But if you simply delete this post, I'll just take it as an admittance of guilt. Okay, edit. 56 comments. Okay, everyone take a deep breath. I don't know how many comments there were. Yeah, I think it's just like people replying to each other. But we'll settle this on stream this evening. I'm still learning new things about this whole ordeal, and I don't know how to feel. This wasn't an accusation as much as a request for an explanation. I'm going to give Reddit a pause. My PC is overheating. It's a shitty PC. See y'all later. Just a real quick, just real quick, because I feel like it's the biggest thing. Every cafe gave me this regarding the lolly accusation. Okay, this is just completely fucking like bullshit and saying that like this part. Where Rose Mulet takes this, it's just so annoying. Rose Mulet
regarding the lolly accusation. Oh my god. Oh dear, oh dear. Your leg's getting tired there, Liam. Lerix running from your past, bro.
Takes this old anime review that I did, like reviewing this anime, and in the anime review, I denounced the weirdly sexual parts that unfortunately a lot of anime suffers from. And so many people just take this annoying thing out of context. It's very frustrating. That's what Rose Mulet does in the video, but we'll get to that too. It's just frustrating. Of course, you can understand how it's frustrating because in the same video that I'm giving the review on and then I'm fucking like watching, of course you could say it's pretty cringe, like you're doing an anime review. But I denounce and say how weird it is and like borderline pedophilic and like what kind of writer would write something like this in the video, bro. Yeah, didn't you do a whole video addressing the shit after Mr. Sen? Yeah, so that's the one like annoying thing. So
yeah, that's interesting. It's interesting. That is true. He did do some stream or something talking about it. So why is that not still valid? Is it because you're trying to switch to a new community of people and you're being a bit deceptive about that aspect? And you're like, oh, this is the new me, guys. And so that does, therefore someone doesn't apply anymore. It's just ridiculous. Oh, dude, I hate to do this. I hate to scrutinize this to this level, but I mean, come on, dude. There was some deception happening here. Well, exactly. Like he's built his fucking the foundation of his channel on sand. It feels like.
That's the situation where I just want to immediately talk about it, but then I'm not going to be caught in a situation where every stream like you're just reiterating the same things. So, let's see.
Yeah. Also, that's true. It was in a stream. It wasn't a standalone video, which I don't blame. Fine. I mean, if you're going to respond to it, fine. At least you've responded to it then. But yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Who has the clip of him almost creaming himself talking about some questionable content? Pretty sure it was a conversation with Bo Blacks.
Not sure what that is, but thank you very much for the super chats. Listen, I'm trying to focus on this, so if you've got some clips, put them in the Discord and maybe we'll take a look. But I'm going to watch this, and because this is mainly a react, I think I'll also check out his convo with Rose as well after this, because I've already watched the video about it, and it's like 2 hours of him reacting to a video I've already watched.
What do we got next? The new channel was him. So yeah, just reading some of these comments just to get a feel of how people are saying, in case any questions first and foremost. The new channel was him taking his leave from commentary. The crux of his final Lerix stream is him admitting that his previous persona didn't represent him anymore. Hence the Liam Donavan music channel. He wants to leave it behind based on how he carries himself now on stream.
But you can't do that, bro. You can't just leave it all behind. Like, what does that mean? What does that even mean? So you weren't being real then? You were faking it? Like, what? Who is the real you then?
Sure, though, there were wild jokes in there, but I'm choosing to stick around because it was never that serious and I enjoy the new content. So Penguin Zero saying this, I mean, yeah, I agree with this. Good to see like somebody actually kind of understands it a little bit better, isn't just like freaking out. This is exactly how I feel about it. Yeah, that was the reason why I stopped doing commentary content, and also just I didn't want to do it anymore. Didn't feel like it really represented me. So It's been annoying. Yeah, we've been knowing. Yeah.
Okay, but what? It doesn't represent you. What does that even mean, dude? What would be more like? What would be more understandable to me is saying like, I got sick of doing that kind of content. I hated doing drama content, and I got sick of it, so I wanted to do something else. That would make more sense. This, you know, it doesn't represent me anymore. So what? What does that mean? Yeah, I got bored of it, and so I moved on. And yeah, I said a bunch of edgelord shit. And yeah, I like some questionably aged anime characters on Twitter that a few times, okay? Never anything pornographic, but I understand, you know, I don't fucking know, dude. Why? Oh my god. I just don't, it's just bizarre that he's doing this whole, like, it doesn't represent me anymore.
Didn't really care. But let's see. Yeah, so I then responded to this while I was out too. That's why I'm streaming late, unfortunately. But haven't seen it yet. Wasn't planning on it.
Is this why I feel this way? Is there a tipster-esque element to this? Is that what's going on here? Yeah, possibly. Maybe. Some say yes, some say no. Okay.
I've now seen through it, and I'm also going to go through it. But if there's anything specific, I can clear anything up. This isn't really what the subreddit is for, though. But basically, yeah, I've made jokes and comments and bad.
Is this personal to you? I don't. Somewhat, I guess. I mean, it's not like super hardcore. I'm not sat here like, you know, I'm not crying myself to sleep. I'm not crying myself to sleep over fucking Liam Donavan. It just is. It's just a little frustration. You know, it's like a little bit of like, well, hang on a minute. Like, you're saying that wasn't the real you. So when you were on stream and talking and stuff, well, what does that mean then? You were faking it then, or are you faking it now? Like, one part of you has been faked. Either you're faking it now, or you were faking it then. Doesn't make sense. It just feels like he's cynically trying to appeal to a new fan base, so he's totally shut off all the edgy side of him, and he's trying to, you know, be a bit deceptive about that.
Bad taste before on stream, which I don't engage in anymore because I don't really think it represents me and was a version of me that I don't want to be. But nothing said was ever anything further than jokes. Just pretty straightforward, and that's the reason I act the way I do on stream now, because it represents more who I am. Yeah, so that's all. If there's anything else I could clear up, it would... I will do that, but would not prefer to give that Rose person any attention because she is unhinged given my interactions with her, which...
Why am I think I've... Well, if you... I mean, I don't think... Am I going that hard? I mean, I understand the fucking title and thumbnail was edgy, yes, another fucking DK special. I get that it's a bit edgy or whatever, but I don't really think that I'm saying anything or doing anything that is that harsh.
Okay, that's
I think
wonderful.
I'm being pretty fair in my
How do I make
criticisms.
money off depressed
I think I'm
people?
going super hard at him,
thought
am
him
I?
a genius, but I think I still overestimated his intelligence because of the absolute potatoes he mocked. Tipster/Bo Black's vibes here.
He did stuff he didn't really like doing for money. He could be faking it both times. Okay, well, he's just a complete fake on all aspects then. I don't know, dude. I didn't call him a pedophile. You guys are overstating it. Relax.
This is all very true. And if, again, as I said at the beginning of the stream, if Rose ever wants to call in, I'm all ears. She could call in at any point if she wants to have a genuine conversation about this. But to address any quick questions, what is this? I do believe you should watch the video, not necessarily on stream. But there were certain things that should be addressed publicly outside of the jokes, i.e. the rape defense. So there was no rape defense. This is all like horribly taken out of context. This is the unfortunate thing about Rose Mulet too. Man, she just cut this video in an insanely manipulative way because she... Like... Just Rose Mulet, for some reason, and I'm going to go into the DMs too, like she's just unhinged and she goes back and forth with the way she thinks about something and then just maliciously cuts so much shit out of context on this channel for some really mysterious reason. It's really weird.
In his last Lerix stream, he said he'd ignore the crazed parasocial teen girl fans to get rid of them, and now he specifically panders to them. People keep saying stuff like this, and it's like, I want to believe. Can chat give some sort of level of feeling about whether that's true or not? Or is there somewhere I can look at to see this?
And you know, I don't. And I've had conversations with her on how she wants to move on from her past as well, of saying like stupid stuff. So that I was actually sympathetic towards that, and I'm like, hey.
I know tons of fake situational people. They aren't bad people. I wouldn't be friends with them though. So okay. You can understand then. I mean, I wouldn't say I was friends with Lerix, but I definitely had some level of conversation with him. So you can surely understand why I would be a bit like, well, hang on a minute. Where like, it seemed like you were pretty legit when you were doing the commentary stuff, but now you switched to this. So what is real and what is fake? Like, you can understand being like, I'm not saying I'm super like, whatever. I don't lose sleep at night, but a bit peeved or something like that. You can understand, surely.
If genuinely you want to move past your past, like I understand that. But then she then takes this and uses it against me and maliciously cuts a bunch of shit out of context when this is like the shit she was saying. This was like the reason I even talked about Rose Mulet in the first place, is because she was saying crazy shit on Twitter of, please rape me. She was saying same. Consent is stupid. Rape is natural and necessary for a happy and healthy society.
And now he's just poisoning the world. I mean, Rose is a fucking idiot, but like, this is pretty obnoxious, man. Poisoning the well. Poisoning the well against Rose before you watch the video. Oh yeah, Rose Mulet loves rape, by the way, guys. Let's watch the hit piece that was made about me.
Why is the modern world so miserable? Because rapists are treated as criminals instead of cherished for their masculinity. So this is the reason I ever talked about Rose Mulet, because she was saying this crazy fucking shit. And then she's like taking the responses I had back to her out of context without mentioning the whole context behind the reason I brought this up was because she was saying rape is actually epic and natural. Dude, it's just so frustrating to deal with. And then people like see the out of context clips of me responding, not knowing what she said in the first place, and like, whoa, this is a really bad look. Which certain things I do agree. That's why I like act the way and conduct myself the current way I do on stream now, just because I feel like it more aligns with the person I am and will want to like continue to be, and that's just genuinely the way I feel about it. But come on, like you just can't cut context from these old things when like this is what I was responding to. Come on, man. Who is she? You might know her the best from new viewers wouldn't know about all this context because it was buried instead of addressed in the first place, so it's kind of crazy you guys are treating this like we're stupid. If you're talking about me, that's not the case. But you know, I'm happy to clear anything up real quick. But of course, you know, it is frustrating. And then she continues, fuck feminism. I wish men weren't so afraid of raping me. Hashtag make rape legal. Hashtag make rape legal. So, okay, this is the stuff that I was talking about. This is the stuff that I was like responding to. So just show the full context. It's just so clipped out of context. It's very frustrating, very annoying. I don't understand why it's illegal for a dog to lick my pussy when gay men lick each other's asses all the time and it's perfectly legal. Oh, okay. And you know, at the end of the day,
bro, Rose Mulet's greatest hits are currently being played.
Hey, if Rose Mulet wants to move on from these
bro, this is the purpose of this. This is pure well poisoning. Oh, this person loves rape and thinks gays eating each other's asses is the same as dogs, by the way. Oh, let's watch the video. Oh, turns out they're a crazed loser. He loves rape, actually. I mean, also, God, this dude, it's also, oh my God, it's the same. It's tapping into the Rose Mulet bad mentality that people tend to have. Yeah, Rose Mulet's a total clout-obsessed freak that says crazy stuff for attention. Wow, yes, thank you for telling us for the millionth fucking time.
Insane comments, and if she's like changed as a person or whatever, that's cool. I actually support that. I think that's awesome. And that's like the initial things that I was saying to her in DMs, which I'm going to go over. Like, if you genuinely want to move on from this, and if you don't hold these opinions anymore, I feel like that should be supported. If you like want to move on from insane shit you've said in the past. So like, bro. But then she makes a video doing the exact opposite
Bro, this tweet is from 2019. This tweet is from 2019. This motherfucker was joking about rape shit with his little fucking, you know, rape review-esque breaking news segment like a year ago. So you went from joking about this rape shit a year ago to now apparently wanting to move on from the edgelord shit. It's just ridiculous, bro.
Older men and younger women are meant to be together. You can't deny the biology. Let boys be boys. If a man raped me right now, I'd say it was a compliment. He loves me so much, he can't even help himself. Jesus. Where'd the real men go to rape her? And then this we'll talk about later. When I was 17. But, okay. So, quickly, we'll go over some more of these Reddit comments. And then, of course, we're going to watch this video because there is nothing to hide. I want to address everything. So, let's see. This is so bad faith, dude. No, she clipped something out of context and without what I was responding to. But we're going to go over everything. We're going to go over everything. And then Omega says, if that's not who you are, apologize publicly. Admit what you did and said were bad instead of hiding them. So then I say, so it's pretty clear by my actions that I don't engage in the same ways that I did before. Rose is taking this to another weird level to make a hit piece on me and even saying I'm stealing her ideas or something. That was another really weird part. So in regards to the combos with her I've had on stream, as I've said in private, if they genuinely negatively affected her, I do apologize. Yeah, apparently she then brings, ignore Reddit, watch the video. Okay, yeah, we'll watch the video after this. We'll get into this. Fine, sure. Let's just do this, and then we'll go over Reddit afterwards. The allegations that have thrown toward. So okay, let's just get this started though. Very frustrating, very annoying, but we're worth talking about if people genuinely do have questions. Because if there are people who genuinely have questions in the fan base, I do want to clear up anything that I can. Let's see.
Oh, is he doing the react now?
What?
I mean, dude, it's just I can't react to the react. I'll watch the conversation with Rose. It's probably going to be more fruitful, I would say. Let's have a little look. Okay. Where is it? This is the conversation here, I guess. Does anyone have a timestamp for when Rose joins? Oh, we got the intro.
How's your day going? My day's going pretty good. I like when you stream early. Well, that's the idea. Jess, thanks for the 2 knives. Usually around 5 p.m. So like an hour from now is usually the ideal stream time. But you know how things have been going.
3:12. Okay.
I'm gonna stream.
There we go.
Okay. Let's see. All right, here we go. Okay. Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
Nervous breath.
Hello. Hello, Rose Mulet. Hello, testing. You probably want to change your audio qualities, audio files, something. Probably want to change your audio of some sorts. Can't hear you.
Oh.
Can't hear you. Okay, she left. I assume she's troubleshooting of some sorts.
How long is this going
Tech support
for?
stream, input settings of some sorts.
Can you hear me? I'm so sorry, I couldn't hear what you said before.
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Okay, sweet, it's working now.
All right, you good?
Awesome. Yeah, I'm good. Apologies.
All right, Rose Mulet. First time talking publicly in a long time. Not that much privately though. So you released a video, and of course I have a lot of disagreements. It's been received, of course, completely negatively because it was a malicious video full of a bunch of lies, misrepresentations, and clips out of context painfully that was done on purpose to try to paint me in the worst light because of some reason, because you wanted to collab with me just a few weeks ago. So first question I have is,
Okay,
what was
that's
your
wonderful.
motivation for
But
making
how
the
do
video?
I make money off depressed people?
Liam is kink shaming a trans woman for
Thank
expressing
you for the
herself
super
all
chats.
because he can't apologize for being a bigot.
Thank you, Spencer.
Oh damn, tell me how you really feel. My motivation for making the video was like, I say it in the video, like I was upset by the things that you said to me on stream, and I saw that you had made a music channel, and I was like, wait, this is Lerix? Like, is he using a clip of Lerix? And I was just really confused by the whole thing. And so I saw that, and so I had some feelings about that. And then over time, like, I don't know, I kind of got over it. And then I saw like the worst samples thing, and then I was like, all right, I don't know. I felt like I had some feelings that I wanted to get out there, and I was just kind of letting it sit for a while. And when I saw that, I was just like, you know what, I have to get this out there. And look, if it wasn't me, somebody else was gonna talk about the lyric stuff.
So you had a lot of negative. You were going back and forth on whether or not you wanted to make the video. I know we talked a bunch. We talked a bunch in private about that. Yeah, just
being dishonest or anything. I genuinely was like,
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
going back and forth.
Yeah, so we were going back and forth on you were cool or not, and then you would do the same thing. You then apologize to me, say you were cool or not. You do the same thing. And then the straw that broke the camel's back was apparently you saw that I allegedly stole your idea, which we could get to that in specific details. I didn't steal your idea. I had nothing to do with it. But quickly, before this, the way it reads to me too is that you're bringing up some old things of like how you were thinking about how I talked to you in the past, which we'll talk about that in more detail too. But it couldn't have been that terrible because you were asking me for a collab simultaneously. So that's where I'm a little bit confused on your intentions, because it seems like right after that you asked for a collab, you were fine with working with me and you were willing to put everything past you. But then when I didn't respond to your chat message, that's when you decide, okay, if he's not going to collab with me, then I'm going to make a weird hit piece on him. That's
Dude,
very weird.
listen, I totally see how it comes off that way. I genuinely didn't mean it like that. I was just like, I don't know, does this guy want to be friends? Does he not? Because like, to me, it just felt weird. It's like, if you want to be friends, like, we don't talk. The only time you ever message me is when you're concerned about the things that I'm posting. So that feels weird. It's like, look,
I never said I
like,
wanted to be
are we gonna
friends.
Do anything, or are we just gonna like, hey, just like, don't talk about this stuff? I mean, that's how it came off to me.
I clarified in
Maybe that's
DMs.
my intention.
I clarified in DMs. I never wanted to be friends. I was just confused on why you had a misconception about me, and I wanted to clear up any
Yeah,
misconceptions.
but if we're not friends, then it's like, am I not allowed to talk about how I feel? You know what I'm saying?
You're always allowed to talk
You get
about
what
how
I'm saying?
no one's saying that you're not allowed to do anything. I'm questioning your motivations and intentions, and why it's really weird to me the way it comes across that you're asking for a collab just 2 weeks ago.
I mean, dude, the problem here is that, like, yeah, this is correct, that Rose is obviously clout obsessed. Like, Rose has got this very weird hyperfixation on these music YouTubers, where Brad Tasting Music got this. Now, Liam is getting this. And I don't really get it. Is it a clout thing? Is it about trying to get Liam's audience onto your own community? Is that what it's about? I don't know. But it's just surprising that he has like allowed this to happen, or like even that Rose is on the stream. You know, it seems like there's people here that don't even really know who Rose is. It's like he's trying to escape his past, and then he's bringing on Rose and acting like he would have done when he was doing like a commentary thing. Yeah, exactly. It's like, this isn't really. People are going to be seemingly a bit bemused by this. Who is this? You know. Colton. Apparently Colton has made. So for some reason, Colton has returned too, which I don't really understand. Bizarre.
On April 15th, but then once I don't respond to that, you then make a hit piece.
Because I try
That's
to be,
confusing.
I want to be a forgiving person. I really do. Like, I know that I've said some really bad shit, and so when I see that you say bad shit, it's like, who the fuck am I to call somebody else out? I understand that. And that's, I don't know.
Well, I don't think
Again,
you do
I
understand
understand
that
how
because
the
your
box-
video is full of double standards, but we could get in that specifically. I just
I
wanted to
address
hone
all
down.
that shit in my video. That's how I feel, because everyone's treated me a certain way. So it's like, why am I suddenly horrible when I, like, you know, say that about you? It's like, if everyone says that about me, it's totally fine. But the moment I start speaking up for myself, suddenly, like, I'm like a horrible person. So that's the kind of shit that, like, gets to me.
Okay, well, let's get to the first main thing. So you start off your video.
go for it.
Let's let me just quickly pull up your video. So let's see. So you start off your video, clipping out of context and pretending as if I'm addressing something else. So you clip this out of context of me making these
You can
jokes
prepare,
that
dude.
went
That's
too far.
crazy.
Well, of course I'm going to come prepared. You made a video like with a content
I mean,
warning
good
of
for you,
rape and
obviously. I mean-
pedophilia. Like that's a very disturbed
okay.
thing to do when you wanted to collab with me 2 weeks ago. So yeah, of
I
course.
didn't know about all this shit, I'll be honest with you.
Okay, so just getting into the first point. You then start off with these out of context clips and then go on to say about how you have been traumatized and you have been groomed at the age of 15, right? You know for a fact, I had no knowledge that you have been groomed or that was your trauma. The reason I was making these jokes was because of your insane statements of saying rape is natural and necessary for a happy and healthy society. # make rape legal. You know for certain. That's why I was making those jokes, which we've already talked about this in private, that it's complete. And I even apologized. I was being nice to you and saying that if you genuinely were negatively affected by this, I don't want to give people that impression anymore. And I do actually apologize if you were affected negatively by that. But you completely, now I'm a little bit more, you know.
Oh, what's going on? What, dude? Why is he apologizing for that stupid shit? Rose Mulet is an attention seeker who says whatever will get them the optimum amount of whatever attention they can garner in that moment. I don't think Rose genuinely cares about this. I don't know. I think it seems like his audience is just a bit bemused about the whole conversation. And I don't really understand what is happening.
Annoyed by this because you completely cut the context, acting as if I was making fun of you for being for your trauma or being raped in the past when I wasn't. What I was making these jokes about is you saying consent is stupid, rape is natural and necessary for a happy and healthy society. Why is the modern world so miserable? Because rapists are treated as criminals instead of they're cherished for being for their masculinity. Okay. Fuck feminism. I wish men weren't so afraid of raping me. You know for certain that's what I was talking about. So why did you lie about that?
So first of all, I do include clips in my video of me saying stuff about rape, and I do mention, like, maybe I wasn't the clearest, and I apologize.
You purposely lied. You purposely lied.
That's what you were responding to, but if I didn't, I'm sorry.
No, you listen, you direct me.
That's stuff you actually said to me, and what I said doesn't make what you said okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can be an instance where we both fucked up. Like, I could have said shitty things and you...
May I point out, this is... Oh, I see. So he moved on from whatever the drama shit was. This is well into his viewer submission segment. Half of his chat just wants to watch him react to the song they paid money for him to listen to. Okay. So he's already moved on from this. He's gone into his music stuff, and then he's pulled it back to this Rose shit, leaving chat bemused, even though many people are not really that interested or invested in any of this. Am I understanding this correctly? Right, got it. Okay.
You could have said shitty things in response because it was normalized as behavior. Like,
I agree with that, and you know that I agree.
I don't take the L. Like, yeah, what I said, it was really fucked up, and also what I said was like years before you put me on stream, so that's why I reacted the way that I did, because it's like I don't fucking believe that shit.
I agree, and that's why I owned up to you in private. I agree, and that's why I owned up to you in private. If that genuinely did affect you, I'm sorry, because I don't want to give people that impression. But then it comes to my surprise that you're now completely cutting out the context of what I was even talking about. You compared me to Rice Gum, where Rice Gum was making those comments towards that girl when she was just sharing her experience of being raped. And then Rice Gum said, dude, you know, guys, you can rape this girl if you didn't fucking, because she doesn't sue. You compared me to Rice Gum, where it's completely uncomparable. I was talking about you saying, let's make rape legalized. That is completely,
but I will say, like, if you go back and listen to the stream, I wasn't, like, being combative. I wasn't saying, like, I made that tweet that was awful years ago, and that's why you wanted me on call. But, like, the actual things that I said on that stream, I wasn't, like, making fun of rape. I wasn't, like, dismissive. I was, like, confused as to why you guys were, like, laughing at me and not refusing to take me seriously. So, like, the actual contents of what I was saying was not that on stream. It was years after.
Child desperately trying to bullshit a parental figure about the crayons on the wall being somehow not his fault.
Thank you, Spencer, for the 320 of the $5 Australian. Thank you.
After the point, and it was just uncalled for. You wanted me as like a locale on stream. That's literally what you wanted. So,
Rose,
you know,
it's this simple. We need to go.
Righteous person here.
You're going off into the rails. It's this simple so far. So you made a video cutting the context in the intro, acting as if I was making these jokes about your rape and trauma. I wasn't. I was making these jokes about you saying that you should make rape legalized and that you think rape is natural. It's that simple. What do you have to say about lying about that?
God, it's like... I made an edgy joke, but the context is about what you... Like, it's just... What difference does it make? Why does it make any difference? It's like he's desperately trying to explain why his joke about rape is somehow acceptable because it's in response to what Rose said. To somehow placate his retarded audience, retarded newfound audience. It doesn't make a difference, really. But I think by doing it, you're kind of painting Rose as this deranged hater too. So you can kind of just, you know... not really address it or oh my god, bro. It's a very bizarre kind of attempt to debate this. And it would have just been far better to ignore the whole thing, and now you're in this conversation desperately trying to... Chud taking notice of him in 6 months. I mean, what... I am never going to get to a stage where I'm like, that's not the real me anymore. It's like, yeah, I've changed my opinions on things, right? Whatever. But like, I'm not going to suddenly try and placate a bunch of teeny bop fangirls and be like, oh, those rape reviews, yeah, that's not the real me, actually.
I mean, I made those tweets because it was like, it stemmed from the weird feelings that I had.
What do you have to say about misrepresenting that and lying about that?
I don't feel like I did that. Maybe I could have been more clear.
Bro, the way he's breathing, man, it's like such high stakes. It's like, this is like such a high stakes situation. And it's like, you're talking to Rose Mulet, like Rose Mulet of all people. Why is Rose Mulet? Why is it such high stakes for you, bro? It's so absurd. This whole thing is just ridiculous.
Apologies, but like,
we'll watch
it.
We'll watch it full through.
And I feel like I explained the story, and if people don't know that, I can
He's
make that
locked
more clear.
in.
I don't know.
He's
I've
locked the
been
fuck
so
in.
open on my channel about the things that I said and why I said them. Like, I've constantly talked about this. Oh,
Okay,
you're
Rose.
showing your screen.
Yes, I am, because you're trying to weasel out of this over a direct lie you said about me. So I'm going to play the clip. Can you join?
But you said that shit to me.
I haven't been denied saying that.
And also, Colden's in chat. Like, I have messages of what he said in chat yesterday, and it's like, I don't know. How am I supposed to believe that you've changed and become better people when it's like you're saying the shit about me now? Like, I know
Rose.
you're not Colton, but like,
Let's go one
you guys
point
are
at a time.
so close.
Okay, can we go one point at a time?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you in my screen share?
Yeah, I know what my video is.
Okay, I'm gonna play this though because you're trying to escape.
Yeah, I mean,
this.
like, go for it. I've
Okay.
seen it.
What accusations was Rose Mulet saying?
Rose, if you don't say it right now, I'm gonna fucking rape you.
Colton is base. Colton was the only one who was bringing the content. He was sending me voice messages saying, "I want to rape you." Bend over.
go ahead.
You know, if anyone's listening to this conversation, Rose Mulet, if you want to, you know,
What the fuck?
she wouldn't defend herself. That's all I'm saying.
Like, you're being like an edgelord here. Like, why is he trying to act like, oh, well, actually, the context was you said you love getting raped, so this makes it okay. It's ridiculous.
Person, yeah, you know that. You say shit like that, and
But
that's
the
just supposed
context,
to be-
though. The context.
I'm gonna finish playing the clip, then we can talk about it because
Okay,
I've already talked about this
sure.
in my stream yesterday. I've already said that this is not the way that I want to conduct myself moving forward. But you already know this because we've already worked this out several
What?
times.
Like, it's just so ridiculous. He's playing as the video. Why do any of this? This is ridiculous. Yeah, his audience are there to fucking, you know, see him react to My Chemical Romance songs, and they're getting flashbanged with his old clips of him joking about rape.
Times in private. So this isn't new information for you.
Okay.
Again,
It's me.
like, what context makes what you said okay, though? Like, I said
Okay,
fucked
that's
up shit, but
wonderful.
that's still
But how
wild,
do I
though.
make
You know?
money
Like,
off depressed
No.
I said
Love,
awful shit. That
love
tweet was from
labor.
2020.
No
to
one
be
is
fair,
making the argument that it is okay.
minorities.
The argument
Thank
is the
you, Edward,
severity
for
of
the
it,
super
and you're trying to
chats.
say I said this about your rape and trauma when that is not true. I was talking about you saying that rape is natural and you should make rape legalized. That's what I was talking about. It's very clear. It's jokes. These are jokes versus jokes that go too far.
Right, so then maybe
And what are
it
the
was wrong
jokes
for me
about?
to include some clips. I mean, like, I assumed, like, oh, here are some videos where I talk about rape, and then I include those. I figured that was good enough. Maybe that wasn't good enough for you. I'm sorry.
No, it's not about being good enough. You blatantly lied. Can I continue playing this?
Go for it.
Okay.
Rose,
It's not,
can you
no, it's not a fucking meme. That's an invitation.
When I was 15, I was groomed. I coped in a lot of really unhealthy ways.
So instantly, you then start talking about how you were groomed at 15 after playing those clips.
I know.
Dude, I'm just reading the chat, man. I don't know what the hell this is, but it's not a chill music stream. Doesn't that fucking summarize this perfectly? Good lord.
That
I know
has
you didn't know
nothing.
that. I'm sorry.
Oh, you know I didn't know that, but you purposely portrayed it in your
That
video
was the
as if I
reason
was
why
talking about your
I
grooming.
said, so I was trying to get into that, and I was also thinking about, like, all right, I don't want the video to be too long. Like, how am I going to explain all the context? Like, and that's a lot of the decisions I made was really so like the video wouldn't be like 2 hours long. Again,
Rose,
I'm
it's
sorry
this,
about that. That's why we're talking now.
Rose,
but
it's this
I don't really
simple.
think that
Oh, I know
changes
I changed
much.
the title.
It's this simple.
Oh,
You
shit.
lied about this to make your case look better and to make me look worse.
Oh my god. I really don't believe so. I think the clips stand for themselves. I don't think
But
any
you
amount of
just
context.
you just acknowledged that you knew that I didn't know about your previous rape or trauma.
Well, you saw the tweets that I made. I mean, I don't remember if I mentioned on stream why I said what I said. I might have. I
You
mean,
just
it was years
acknowledged that,
ago.
which would show that you misrepresented this in your video when you knew I was making these jokes, which I've already said several times to make it clear that this is not the way I want to conduct myself and this is like going too
Okay,
far.
but you said that to me. Am I not allowed to like make a video about it? Feel some way about it?
You are,
know
but
what
you're
I'm
not
saying?
allowed to.
Yeah, how does this help Lerix Liam with his new audience's perception? I don't know, dude. I thought the goal was to debunk this stuff, and now you're just like playing full these clips of him talking about rape. I don't. That's so ridiculous. I thought the boy was to like be like, yeah, no, this isn't. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's a complete mismatch of goals here, I think.
Like, but of
Like,
course
it's
I'm
good
going
for
to be.
you that you're like
You
not
are,
doing this shit
but
anymore.
you are-
Obviously.
It's a very black and white and clear problem. You're allowed to do anything you want, Rose, but you're lying about it. And of course, if you're lying about something, I'm going to be like annoyed and I'm going to call it out because you're purposely trying to make yourself look better and make me look worse. And right after that, I don't respond to you asking to collab with me. I mean, collab with you. Do you
Okay,
see
well,
how this
first
looks?
of all, it's the fact that you like took my idea and made a video about it. Like, I mean, come on, we had talks in DMs. Like,
So I didn't take your idea. We can get into that later. I have that. That's later on in the video.
it's not just about like I asked for a clap. I wouldn't care. It's the fact that you made a video with the same idea that I was like, hey, I'm making a really big video about this. And it's like, how am I supposed to feel? It's like you make the same video on your channel and you've already basically like stolen Brad's whole thing. I'm like, all right, now it's like there's fuel to this fire.
Rose, we're going one by one. We're going to get to all these things. You bring them up in your video. We're just on the first minutes of you mischaracterizing this. And you have people in your comment section with the takeaway of, I can't believe that you went through this. I can't believe Liam did this to you and said this thing about your trauma. You mischaracterized this to make it as if I knew this information. I made jokes about that when I was making jokes about you saying that consent is stupid, rape is natural.
It's more like, I can't believe that he said this crazy shit to me.
Rose, I mean, do you own up that you mischaracterized this?
If I said anything that could have been more clear, I apologize, and I can make that more clear.
Cue closed.
Okay.
I don't believe so, but I can understand that perspective.
During this time, a lot of content creators exploited my situation for laughs. Liam
that's what you did.
Exploited your grooming situation for laughs. But you just self-admitted that I didn't know about your groom. You know that I didn't know about your grooming situation.
I wouldn't have said this if I wasn't groomed.
Of course, I exploited. Okay, here's the thing. As I've already said, listen. I'll say something. I'll say something, and then you say something.
And you thought it would be fun to like say funny shit and make fun of this person.
I will say something, and then you say something. What I laughed and made jokes about was, again, you saying that rape is epic and cool and it should be legal. What you are making it out to seem like is that I'm. Hold on. I'll go, then you go. But you are trying to make it out to seem like I'm laughing at your rape. Do you see how these are very different things?
You were, though. I mean, you were making jokes about raping me. Like, what the fuck?
I'm sorry, but Rose is right here. Like, this is correct. You were making jokes about the rape of Rose Mulet. And now you're trying to act like there was some context which somehow makes it like not that was happening. That was who you apparently were, and now you're not apparently, and now you're someone else. But that clip exists. It would seem to me to be a lot easier and more straightforward to just be like, yeah, I said some edgy stuff, and you know, I could be an edgy guy. I just want to focus on music now. And as a product of that, the edgy stuff probably isn't going to come up as much anymore. So it's, you know, whatever you want to say, but like just to recognize that it exists and that's who you are. I don't think Liam is no longer the kind of person that, you know, it doesn't seem to me like he wouldn't make a rape joke ever again. That doesn't seem to be the case. It just seems like it's more not wanting to do it to not scare off the fan, which is fine. Just be real.
Fuck.
No, okay, first of all, that was Colton who came in and talked about with those weird like voice memos that even at the time I was like, what the fuck is this? This is like deranged. But you already self-admitted I didn't know this. I was talking about you saying make rape legal. That's what I was talking about, right?
That was the specific tweet that you were having on screen, and you probably thought it was funny and you wanted me on call. But like, again, what kind of person says that kind of shit to me? What I said.
You keep avoiding it. You're purposely avoiding this now because you keep pivoting to what I say doesn't make this okay. Rose, listen. I've already acknowledged that what I said. I don't want to conduct myself that way anymore, and I've literally apologized to you several times in public, in private, that you actually listen. Can I finish? Let me finish. Can I finish?
Pop up a tweet on screen, and suddenly it's like, guys, well, she said a bad thing, so it was okay to say whatever I want at her expense, regardless of the bad thing that I said.
Rose. The difference is that
I
already have
accountability for shit.
Rose, the difference
Everyone's just expected to forgive you.
So how do you want this conversation to go? Do you want to just like keep cutting in, or do you think it's more helpful if I say something and then you say something?
Yeah, go.
Okay.
The problem is it's like Lerix is trying to railroad Rose to saying like something that benefits his argument or his side. Like there's a lot of fucking railroading happening here. 1 second you're watching Brad Taste, the next second it's Spurg Alerts. Yes, but without any Asian pedos. So the difference is I've already owned up to this, and I said, this is not the way that I want to conduct myself anymore, and I'm letting my actions speak for that, and I even apologized for it. And I said, if that actually affected you, then I'm sorry. I don't want to be this guy publicly anymore. I don't want to be that guy. The difference is, though, when I talk to you, you consistently pivot, and you don't acknowledge that you misrepresented this to try to make it seem worse, right?
I mean, like I said, if you feel like I did, then I can explain more. I edited like the majority of this video in like a few days, so I wasn't really thinking that much about it. I was just trying to get all the information out as quickly as possible. So if you feel like I missed some things, then I'm sorry.
Bet Chud love to railroad Rose Mulet. Do you really think that I'm stupid enough, even if I was a chaser, which is slanderous, and I'm thinking of taking you all to fucking court for saying it, do you really think I'd engage in that with Rose Mulet? Like, first of all, Rose Mulet outside of some sort of fucking photoshopped image looks like an absolute fucking disaster. And secondly, Rose is a prolific message leaker. What absolute insanity would I have to be on to be like, yeah, I'm going to have a little bit of a gok sesh with Rose Mulet, right? My message would get leaked. And it would be exceptionally embarrassing to have to deal with. Not only would I have the shame of being exposed as a chaser yet again, it would be with Rose Mulet of all people. So, don't worry guys. Relax. Fear not. Nothing to fear. It's okay.
I don't feel that way, but I can understand why you do.
Okay, I'm just going to say this one more time, then we're going to move on to the same point because it's very black and white. You are trying to make it seem like I was making jokes and laughing at your rape, but you self-admitted I didn't even know that. But instead, I was making jokes and laughing at the tweets you made about how you should make rape legal.
It's totally fine, right?
No, I was making jokes about you saying rape legal. Why are you not addressing this? You keep pivoting
Dude,
this.
I mean, people can watch the clips.
You aren't even addressing this. This is the difference. You just
like,
keep doing the same thing.
Took advantage of the fact that I said that to try to excuse saying horrendous shit to me. And it wasn't just
Rose,
like me,
you
like,
are going in a circle. Rose, you are going in a circle. Rose, you are going in a circle. You're trying to say I'm using this to excuse it. No, these are separate things that I just said that I owned up for it. But now you're going back in the circle. Every time it comes back to you misrepresenting something, you try to bring it back to me. That is the difference.
I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I told you how I feel.
Okay, we have to move on because you are not able to engage with this. So next is you cut the context of DM conversations where you apologized and we settled things mutually multiple times in private. So why, when you went through our DM conversations in this video, you decided to conveniently leave out all the times where you apologized to me. And I already read out all the full context on last stream. So everybody already knows this, but you purposely left out the context of you apologizing multiple times, of me continuously giving my thoughts, apologizing and taking accountability for this. But you left all that out because it further benefits your narrative. Why did you lie about that?
So what I was thinking is, like, if I read, it was purely about, like, I don't want to make this video too long, and I understand how it comes off that way. It was, all right, these DMs...
So the video was dishonest because Rose didn't present the times that Liam apologized privately. Okay, I just... It just seems like the criticisms that Lerix has got are very lackluster. It's just like there's not really much there to go. It's just like, oh yeah, you didn't include me apologizing for saying this stuff. Okay. I don't really think that's like what the thrust of the video was about, to be honest. But okay, I guess if you want to bicker over that, fine.
That I read.
It's just all of this is a fool. Yes, exactly. It's a fool's errand. Totally worthless, pointless fool's errand. That is not gonna, like, bro. It's chat like bemused by the whole thing. Arguing, having a commentary style debate with Rose Mulet because they made a video shitting on you that had about, well, it's got 2,000 views. This whole thing is just causing more issue. All he needed to do is be a bit more real about it and say, yeah, I've got an edgy past. It's documented. There's videos out there. You're welcome to go and watch them if you want. If you don't want to watch me from that after that, that's up to you. That's your discretion. But I'm not going to hide from it. It does exist. I'm not going to endlessly go over it and be held to account for it. But it exists. And now I talk about music. That stuff doesn't tend to come up. So it doesn't come up. And that's the long and the short of it. That would have been a far better way to deal with this. And much more realistic than whatever the fuck this shit is.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Thank you, Flip Flop. Why are we watching two MTFs fighting? Indeed. Thank you for the super chat, Flip Flop.
I have to, like, go over, like, the story of, like, what happened here. And I was just thinking, like, I think I mentioned, like, that you would, like, apologize to me. I say that in the video, but, like, I didn't want to read, like, every fucking message that we had. Maybe I should have.
So do you know how this reads? Conveniently, the only DMs you don't read out are the ones that make your narrative look worse and make me look worse.
I mean, like I said, I completely understand feeling that way.
No, it is just what you did. It was a creator's. It was your choice on purpose to leave out the screenshots that would further push your narrative and by product make me look worse because it's not giving the full context. You did that on purpose.
I think it's good that you, like, showed the full DMs. I'm not, like, hiding from anything. I don't think that changes anything. I'm sorry that I didn't, like, read every single DM in the video. Maybe I should have showed that on screen. I don't know.
So the broad point in this video that I'm making, and the reason why you're misrepresenting things, is that broadly, you're trying to paint me all this out to seem like the most malicious hit piece as possible to try to make me look as worse as possible. And all these little subsections of things you decide to leave out and omit are all reasons on why you're, they're all things that you're doing to try to push your narrative better. And that is dishonest and disingenuous.
I just show things that you said to me.
while
That's not
leaving out the
my-
context, which does change a lot of the story, correct?
That makes your rape jokes okay.
No one said that. You realize you keep recycling the same point when I already said, hey, I don't want to conduct myself. Remember when I said that in the same conversation? I don't conduct myself that way publicly anymore.
Yeah, and I haven't said like the shit that I said for years, and everyone tells me I'm a horrible person.
Are you talking
constantly
to
for that. So
everyone?
why is
Are
it
you
that
talking?
you're-
Are you
you're
talking to
suddenly
everyone?
Right, that's actually a fair point from Rose. Rose has walked away from a lot of these statements now.
Or are you talking to me right now? You're fighting ghosts.
Well, I think I'm not fighting ghosts because I deal with fucking harassment every day because I said.
Huh? What do you mean? You were literally putting the tweets up last fucking stream, bro. What you want about fighting ghosts? You were doing exactly that. What? Bro, he just did. He did that. He was bringing up old tweets going, oh my god, dude. Bro.
Of the story, correct?
That makes your rape jokes okay.
No one said that. You realize you keep recycling the same point when I already said, hey, I don't want to conduct myself. Remember when I said that in the same conversation? I don't conduct myself that way publicly anymore.
Yeah, and I haven't said like the shit that I said for years, and everyone tells me I'm a horrible person.
Are you talking
constantly
to
for that. So
everyone?
why is
Are
it
you
that
talking?
you're-
Are you
you're
talking to
suddenly
everyone?
allowed
Or are you
to-
talking to me right now? You're fighting ghosts.
Well, I think I'm not fighting ghosts because I deal with fucking harassment every day because I said shit fucking 5
You're
years
talking
ago.
to only me right now. Why are you talking about
Like
everybody
I'm literally,
else?
oh my god, I am literally suicidal.
Bro, am I fucking insane here, dude? He pulled up the tweets last stream before he watched the video and was talking about the deranged shit that Rose had said in the past, trying to frame it as, oh, well, I was responding to this. And then he showed a bunch of other stuff he didn't even need to show.
Because of the harassment that I received. So it bothers me when somebody who said worse shit that I've said is allowed to just exist and nobody cares and I'm a bad person for taking issue with it. Like I'm literally suicidal because of this shit.
What does
You
that
know,
have to do
and
with me? That has nothing to do with me.
Oh my god, bro.
I mean,
This is completely irrelevant to the conversation. We're talking about how you lied about me and mischaracterized a bunch of things in your slanderous video.
I showed clips of things that you said to me. That it's not lying about anything.
Rose, do you realize that you are completely incapable of engaging what I'm talking about? Every time I bring up a current point, you recycle the same thing and said, this is why you're saying this is okay for this other thing. None of this is relevant to the current point, and I've literally just addressed that to you. Do you understand that?
I mean, I don't know what you want me to say.
Address my current point. That's what I'm saying.
What is your current point?
So you cutting the context of these DMs was specifically to push your narrative better, to make me look malicious, more malicious
That
and
was
worse.
not my intent. I said that I'm sorry.
So it
I
was
mean-
just a coincidence that you cut all the context of our mutual conversations of
You
every
mentioned that
time
you,
you
like, apologized
apologized.
to me. I don't think
no.
it
Every
matters.
time you could just coincidentally cut every time you apologized to me. You cut all that context out just because, oh, I didn't want to make the video longer. That's what
I
you're
could have
telling me?
included. I'm genuinely sorry for not including that. I mean, yeah, maybe
The
I should
damage-
have. I didn't, like I said, I didn't think that hard about it.
The damage is already done, and I'm waiting for you to own up that you did it purposely. Because of course you
didn't
knew
do
it would
it. I
make
swear to
it would
God.
make you look worse, and it would make me look better, and it wouldn't push your narrative better in this video.
Again, I wasn't thinking that hard about it. Like, I just wanted the video to be short. I didn't want to read every DM. I mentioned that we had those conversations. I'm sorry. Maybe in the future, I should have done that.
Okay. Well, moving on to the next thing.
I hate
Then
scam for
this
life.
is a really weird section where you start to bring up, I guess, the straw that broke the camel's back for why you made this video in the first place. So you said I stole your idea for the poorest samples of all time video. This is not true. But do you want to respond to that? Do you want to? What do you have to say about
I'm
this?
just going to say why I feel the way that I do. So me and you have a history. We've had recent DMs. You may have not seen my DM, which I understand now. But from my perspective, you're like responding to random tweets for me. I'm constantly talking about my worst samples video. And then like 2 days after I finished filming my worst samples video, you put out a community post about your worst samples video. Could you see how I could possibly think, that's weird?
No, that is very unreasonable. And
How?
Rose,
Like, it's the
well,
timing is
if you're going to say
insane.
how,
You
I'm going to
have
explain it to
that,
you.
Right?
I'm about to explain it to you. Rose, my success
Like,
on my
I'm not crazy for thinking that that's crazy, you know?
Let me explain it. Rose, the success on my channel is like we're on completely two different like algorithms. Like I don't need to worry even if you made a worse samples video before in the past. The way that I come to my video ideas has nothing to do with your channel. And that's just the truth of it. The majority of times when I get video ideas, it's actually from my chat. There's like a clip out there of my chat suggesting the worst samples idea. And then I said,
oh my god. Is he not listening to... Well, actually, the samples idea, I thought of that, came from my chat. Why is he arguing this point? What an absolutely ridiculous point to argue on. Where the fucking idea came from. Bro. Well, guess what? You can't fucking copyright an idea for a video. Loads of people make videos about stuff. What a stupid point. Boom, on to the next one. Now he's fucking arguing the toss about where the idea came from in the first place, bro.
oh, that's a good idea. Let me write that down. I write it down in my document. And then, wow, I do the video. It's that simple. It's not that deep. And it comes across as really weird that you think that I'm stealing your ideas and that I'm seeing your tweet with 20 views of I just spent the last 12 hours filming worse samples too. Holy shit.
I'm sorry, but him handling this frankly non-drama in this way is the most retarded shit ever, because if I'm one of his fans, seeing him freak out like this, I'd think, oh, this is not a big deal. Why is he freaking out? What else is he hiding? Yeah, he's like so highly strung addressing the did you steal the worst samples video or not? Chill music stream. Chill music stream.
Shit. That comes across as really
DM'd
weird
you
and
about this video,
self-important.
which, again, maybe you didn't see, but then I also like posted a bunch about this video. I have a video publicly on my channel about it, and then you like do this like 2 days after I filmed my own video and I post about filming it. Like I said,
This is a very silly and unserious point, Rose. Even if you
maybe it is
release...
possible it came from a chatter. Maybe it is possible that it was because of the Dochi song, which is popular right now. There is a possibility. I can't know for sure, but I can tell you how it feels from my perspective. In addition to everything else going on, yeah, I felt some kind of way about it.
You can't know for sure, but then you still included it in your video. And then you like acted as if I stole your take too. The very unpopular, the very rare take of that. When a sample exists, I like it when the artist transforms the sample. You acted like I copied your homework on this. This was a very weird
It's
section.
just wild to see you like, oh my God, that's like my thing. And he's like doing that. And at that point, it's like, all right, well, I've got to fucking say shit. And then with the Brad shit going on, it's
Your
like,
thing? What do you
all
mean
right,
your
like,
thing? What is your
my
thing?
thing, like more samples. I was spent so many months like finding like a bunch of songs for my own video. That was like the thing that I was working on. That was going to be like my big return video to like doing music content.
Okay, I don't know any of this information.
And when I
Rose
got
Mulet, when
canceled,
you sent me
like,
all
by
those
the Brad
DMs on
Audience,
April
you promoted
15th,
my worst
I
samples
was
video.
I was in
Oh,
Florida
dude, this is
at
just
Disney World
dire,
from like the 16th to like the I didn't read your message. I didn't steal this idea to you. This is very weird and an unserious point to act as if I'm like stalking your Twitter account and stealing your ideas. This is very unserious.
Again, you made that video, or sorry, well, you filmed that video. You released it later. 2 days, 2 to 3 days, sir. I filmed mine. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I never knew that.
Oh, look, it's Kevin Malk. I know that person. Loam, you're not really cute or funny this stream. Oh my God, dude. I know what that means. I know your secrets. I know your pedophilic ways. Can we please go back to music reactions? I just want to watch you bob your head to music as I daydream. Oh my God, dude.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Whoa, I thought Lerix was replaced by Liam. What is Lerix doing here having a drama debate stream on Liam's channel? Wow.
Yeah, dude, that's another good point as well. This is on his new music channel. Like, he's not even... He's on his new music channel. He's having this debate. What is going... The whole point of it is, oh, I do Summer Up music now. And that was the whole point of the rebrand. Now you're doing an old-style commentary-esque debate with Rose Mulet, of all people. Bizarre. Totally bizarre decision here. Like, what are you even going to do with this? Is he even getting supported here? Is he even getting super chats off of this? Like, it seems to me the channel's set up to receive support off the back of the music shit. So you're kind of moving away from the thing that's now making you money too.
And we had DMs where I mentioned that I was making this
Lerix
video.
is winning.
Like, it's crazy to say that I'm crazy for like feeling some type of way about that, which is really what I said. So again, I can't know what goes on in your head. But yeah, like, I don't think that that's a crazy thing for me to say.
So you're admitting that you don't have evidence to say this?
I included the evidence that I had in my video. I can't prove anything because, again, I don't know what goes on in your head.
Well,
but I do think that it looks a little bit suspicious, and I think it's fair for me to talk about that in my video, considering our DMs, considering all my posts about it.
That's
like,
cool that you think it's
all the
suspicious,
crazy shit.
but the most realistic outcome is that just on how there's a clip that exists of my chat giving me the idea, I then wrote it down, and then I made a video on it, because the Dochi thing is a very popular sample lately. It's a very simple conclusion.
Plagiarism, where there is more evidence than the evidence that I currently have. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people who make videos like, oh, this person, like...
Did you know that he got banned from his own... Did he? He got banned from his own subreddit.
Was inspired, blah, blah, blah. They don't have, like, DMs where they talk to this person. They don't have, like, oh, this person did it 2 days after I did it. So, like, I legitimately have more evidence than people who, like, you know, are getting supported for saying, hey, this person stole my thing.
No.
And
stole your
I
thing.
don't know.
Rose, I'm not concerned... In the nicest way possible, I'm not concerned on what you're doing on your channel. I'm doing my own thing, just how you're doing your own thing on your channel.
Which
I'm not
is why you DM me every single time
I'm not
and talk
concerned
about
on your
it.
ideas. No.
That's why
That's
you're
much
being
different.
so
That's you
manipulative.
talking.
You didn't care
No.
to even DM me when I tweet anything about you at all.
Listen, the reason why I brought up those tweets is because you were shit talking me. Very big difference. I'm not sub to you. I don't pay attention to your channel, and that's fine. I don't know how much you pay attention to my channel, but we're doing our own things. I'm not concerned about what you're doing, and I'm not ripping your ideas. And I think that there's
You're
overwhelming
doing your own
evidence
thing
that
for
that is the
samples. I'm doing
case.
my own thing for samples.
Rose Mulet, if you release a video about samples as well, I'm sure it'll do fine. I didn't steal your shit.
Well, now
okay?
people are going to be like, oh, well, Liam posted a video like that because of, I mean, that's the fucking crazy thing. Now it's like, can I even fucking release my video anymore? Like, I was going to spend so many hours editing that shit, and it's
Interesting that Lerix speaks to Rose so much. Well, let's relax on those takes. Let's, you know, let's just relax on those takes. I have spoken to Rose Mulet in private. Yes, gawk, lol, funny, funny, funny. It's not that, okay? I just, you know, don't want it to... There's nothing wrong with talking... There's nothing wrong with talking to Rose in private, guys, okay? Come on, guys. Oh, he probably tried to leverage a connection in the music YouTube space to kickstart himself. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But that's true, actually. Why? Why did he speak to Rose so much? Dude, you're so obsessed with female balls. Right. Oh my god, dude. Oh. I mean, I don't know the full extent of their messages, but you know, I mean, it seems more like Rose reached out for a collab and then Lerix entertained it and then didn't, or something like that, more so than it being more, you know, he is like trying to get favor with her or something. I mean, what could Rose even do? Rose knows what Brad Taste in music and has done a bit of music YouTube stuff themselves. That's about the long and the short of it, I think.
You can release your
oh
video.
my God,
It'll
like,
be
this is the
fine.
next video I was going to put out on my channel. It's like, well, I'm going to have to put this out first and be like, hey, so the Liam thing, I was completely caught off guard when he did that.
Rose, it'll be fine. It'll be fine if you release your video. I'm certain it will not have a substantial effect. Okay? This is so unserious. It's going to be okay. So then you piggyback this onto then saying my whole channel is just ripping off Brad Taste. And
Because
then I
it
steal
is.
this guy's
You
ideas.
admit it. You admit.
I mean, it is, isn't it? Isn't that exactly what Lerix said about it? I mean, isn't that exactly what it is? You know, there's all these clips of him saying, oh yeah, I should do what Brad Taste does.
Money off depressed
Right?
people?
The cute and funny enjoyer does not concern their video ideas with the TROON grape fetishist.
Thank you, Puddle Saga, for the $5.
Get to it.
So this is uniquely weird because we've already had this conversation how many times in private? Like probably 2 times in private. And every time
and
you've
I think
apologized back to me and you said, sorry, I just wanted to rant and, you know, I needed to vent. So this is really weird that now it's the same thing again, but to say the same thing I said to you in the past.
I'm sorry for like bringing this up because like, you know, I wanted to vent about these things and I was going back and forth whether I wanted to make this a big public spectacle.
I've been very clear on this on my channel to say the same thing I've said in the past. I've been subbed to Brad. I've been subbed to Brad for multiple years now. And of course, I saw what he was doing. I thought it was cool. I was inspired by him. And I thought, hey, I want to make a video. Are you going to talk? Are you going to talk when I'm talking? Do you think this is a productive way to have a conversation?
Well, I feel like this is a little bit of a dishonest retelling of the situation. I think what was more realistic to say here is that you well, I don't want to say extensively. I don't know exactly how much you covered him, but you covered his crash outs in a very mocking, harsh fashion. And then you saw an opportunity to make a music channel yourself off the back of the fact he was fucking it up. And it's like, oh, he inspired me. Fuck off, did he inspire you, bro? You covered his fucking deranged, mentally ill, delusional crash out shit. And we're like, oh, I could do this if he's not going to do it. Right? In fact, I think I will use the word extensively. I think that's completely legitimate and fair. I think that Lerix did cover Brad Taste in music extensively. Yes, I will stand by that. And it's the extensive coverage of his derangement that led him to go, oh, I could do this. This fucking inspired shit. Give me a break, dude.
Okay, so I'm going to say something, then you say something. Okay, cool. So when I saw Brad Taste, what he was doing, and I thought, hey, this is cool too. If I have the opportunity I have some opinions on music. Not that I'm like qualified or anything. I never say that, but I'm a guy who gives my opinions. And if I have the opportunity to make a channel in which people care about my opinions, why wouldn't I take that opportunity? So just how Brad Taste is a channel who listens to music, reacts to music, I'm also a guy who likes music, listens to music, and I give my opinions. It's that simple. Same way that Fantano is a channel that likes music, listens to music, and gives his opinions about music. Same thing with even your channel. It's very simple.
Okay. What you said was
I feel like the inspiration point is almost, it feels custom built to his new audience. Yeah. Like he can't say, Oh yeah, he had a crazy crash out, was mentally deranged. I thought I could slip in there and do it better myself. It's like, oh, he inspired me. I was inspired. What part of Brad Tate's crazy crash out inspired you exactly?
Going to invade the space. You said that seconds or minutes, I don't remember the exact amount of time on stream, but you said that after watching a clip of him crying and having mental breakdowns that prevented him from being able to make that content like he normally did. You saw that there was a gap in the market, and conveniently you start your own music channel. And I just find that to be despicable behavior, because this is a guy who's going through some shit, and you're like, oh, well, he's not able to make this content like he used to. I can make money off this. I can make my own channel off this. Like, do you understand how if I'm having DMs with a guy where he tells me he's suicidal, I'm going to feel some type of way about that, in addition to everything else that we've talked about. So this piles on top of each other. You know, this all builds to something, and that's my video.
So before I give my response now live, I just want to ask you, do you remember what I said to you? Because you said the same thing to me before in private. Do you remember what I said to you?
What specifically?
Because you said this exact same thing to me. Do you even like remember this? I'm like confused if you don't even remember this. Weeks ago, you said the same thing to me in private, and I gave my exact response on back and how I think about it.
What?
And I gave my exact response how I think about it. I just want to know, like, is this going to be a consistent thing where even if I tell you right now, this is just going to happen again in like a month, you're going to forget everything and then say the same shit?
It's the fact that you said the shit on stream. Like, you said this and then you acted upon
Okay, so you're not engaging. So you're not going to engage.
You're not engaging.
I would have let it go.
You're not engaging.
You're still making this kind of content after you said that you were going to invade the space.
Okay, so you're not going to engage. So we had this exact conversation when you brought up these clips back in March 11th. So if you scroll up to our conversation, March 11th, you brought up these exact clips, and I give my exact response. Do you not remember any of that?
I remember sending you the clips. I don't remember exactly what you said in response. Oh yeah, you said I was and still am a fan of Brad. Why did you send me this clip? Is there an issue with it? I've been friends with Brad since 2017.
Okay, you don't have to read the donation. You don't have to read the messages. Then we had a call. So just whatever. It seems like you don't remember. But regardless, what I said is that, yes, these are things I said in these clips. I don't understand ever what the problems are with these. These are me saying in a tongue-in-cheek way that, like, dude, this guy is like a cool thing going on. If I have opinions on music, if I have the opportunity that I could do this. You know how everybody makes YouTube channels? They see someone else doing a YouTube channel and they think, oh, this guy, what he does is pretty cool. Are you gonna finish?
Okay, but dude, the way you're presenting it makes it seem like you're inspired to do it by someone doing it in a certain way, when the tone of how you presented it and were talking about it was, this guy's fucking insane. I could do a better job than him. I'm going to do this instead. And it's like, it's such a little thing. It's not that big a deal. It just feels like it's a very cynical presentation in order to best present it to his new audience. That's what it comes across like to me. Right? And it's like, it's just that lack of realness. Because I think he understands that it would look pretty bad to his new audience to say it the way that it's truthful. You know? It's like strategic or something. Yeah, exactly.
That's
are you gonna let me finish? Okay,
yeah,
let's chill out. So anytime anybody makes a YouTube channel, they see somebody else, they think, oh, what they're doing is kind of cool. I could do my own version of this. I can do my own spin on this. I have my own unique opinions, and I like music, so I decided to make a channel based off of that. It's that simple. And these jokes of tongue-in-cheek comments about like, dude, I gotta invade this space. This is so clearly like tongue-in-cheek, like, oh, dude, you know, and playing it up and chalking it up.
You did not have a music.
Oh, come on, dude. It's all just jokes, guy. All the stuff that makes you look bad, it's just jokes at the end of the day. What's your problem?
Channel. After that, you did.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to, how am I supposed to take that?
Exactly on how I said. I've already said Brad Tate's channel was inspiration. I thought, I have my own thoughts on music and opinions. I think that this would be fun for me to do as well. Like listening to music and give my thoughts on music. Brad Tate is not someone who invented the concept of listening to music and giving their thoughts on music.
He didn't. I think he was a Fantano clone. I legitimately do, but he did transform and make his own content. And to be fair, I think you're kind of doing that as well. I just don't like that the channel had bad motivations behind it, you know?
So this is all you assuming this. It had no bad motivations behind it at all. I like music.
To the bad motivation on, stream. So
when? What did I admit?
You admitted that you saw this guy having like a mental breakdown. You kind of laughed at it on stream, and during that same stream, you're like, there's a gap in the market. I got to invade the space. And that's what you said publicly. So who knows what you were thinking? I don't want to imply anything because I don't know what you were thinking privately. But like I said, I think it's completely fair to show those clips and be like, I think that's fucked up.
For just full context, why don't we just play these very serious? Why don't we just play these very serious clips? Where are these gap in the market ones? Okay, right here. It's opportunity. Seeing the gap in the markets to try to invade. I don't even know what he's complaining about right now. Dude, this guy is such a fucking good gig. This guy is such a good gig going. This guy live streams and people pay him thousands of dollars to see. I love the characterization of Liam as a plotting supervillain. I mean, yeah, from this, we've already seen enough. So what do you think is more reasonable, Rose? That
Hang on a sec.
Live streams and people pay him thousands of dollars to see. I love the characterization of Liam.
Dude, I just disagree with God as well. People have actually been calling this guy Liam the Professional because he's so good at invading markets and taking out the competition. Okay, maybe I'm overthinking this. Tell me if you think I'm overthinking this. But is it not that clip makes him look terrible, and so he's pausing it and saying we've seen enough and acting like he needs to read a chat comment? That's what that seems like to me. Like, bro, that clip makes you sound hyper cynical in what you're doing. We've seen enough. Wait, what? Hang on a minute. That clip makes you look awful. So of course you don't want to fucking play it now.
Liam is a plotting supervillain. I mean, yeah, from this, we've already seen enough. So what do you think is more reasonable, Rose? That I'm a person who likes music and wanted to make a channel about music, give my opinions about music, or I'm a malicious grifter who started this channel with bad motivations, with these, like, you say in this video, I remember now, you said I made this out of fucking spite for Brad. What do you think is more realistic? That I did that, or I'm just like a guy who also likes music, inspired by Brad, and I also have my own opinions and thoughts.
Well, he didn't. Okay, the truth is obviously somewhere in the middle. It's not because you were spiting Brad, but you're absolutely now downplaying the nature of which you started the channel and, you know, the core root of what led you to it.
Yeah, Augie, I don't know if you know who Brad Taste is, but we're stealing his fucking grift. Okay, and we got this going on.
Oh my God, dude. I'm sure there's tons of clips like that, man. Why can't we just be real? I hate this. I hate this shit, dude. Oh, I was just inspired, guys. Come on, man.
It's about music that I want to
get. All right, so first of all, I have no doubt that you are genuinely passionate about music. I don't think that...
Thoughts on the film Leon the Professional?
It's a good movie, but there's a weird energy to it, isn't there? I don't know. Very odd energy to the whole thing.
That's fake. That's not what I'm saying here, okay? I think that two things can be true at once, right? I think that you wouldn't have obviously made a channel if you didn't feel some kind of passion.
Yeah, oh, dude, this cope that he's not... Bro, it's like, I can understand it because unless you're keyed into it, you're not going to notice it, right? But, you know... It's clearly a little twist, a little shift here, a little change there, just to, you know, subtly shift it to be more palatable to this new audience who would not be like that. So I can see people would think, oh, you know, it's not that big a deal. It is, because that's the point. He's changing it in a subtle way so that your new audience is placated, but it is not accurately describing what the truth was of what was being said at the time, you know?
Music, right? Most people have some sort of passion for music. You have albums in your background. I think you had that while you were streaming as Lerix. So I'm not saying that, like, oh, this guy doesn't like music. He's so fake. Like, that's not the point I was making. It was just the fact that, you know, hey, I never considered making a music channel. Wow, Brad's doing it. Wow, he makes good money. Wow, he's, like, complaining about all this shit. Like, you know, he's having a mental breakdown. Wait, I could do this. That's how it reads to me.
Okay, cool. But you don't have enough...
Oh, my God, Rose just laid it out, yes.
Not what I'm saying here, okay? I think that two things can be true at once, right? I think that you wouldn't have obviously made a channel if you didn't feel some kind of passion for music, right?
Yep.
Most people have some sort of passion for music.
True.
You have albums in your background. I think you had that
Yep.
while you were streaming as Lerix. So I'm not saying that, like, oh, this guy doesn't like music. He's so fake. Like, that's not the point I was making.
Yep.
It was just the fact that, you know, hey, I never considered making a music channel. Oh, Brad's doing it. Wow, he makes good money. Wow, he's, like, complaining about all this shit. Like, you know, he's having a mental breakdown. Wait, I could do this. That's how it reads to me.
Okay, cool. But you don't have enough evidence to supply this. You are grasping onto
I have the
straws.
evidence
I've had this
saying
thought.
what I said that you said.
So how do you want to do this? Every time you talk, do you just want me to cut in? I don't think that's
Okay,
helpful.
sorry. Let you speak.
So I've already had this thought before I even covered Brad Taste in music. Eventually, because I want to do music for my... That's...
I was thinking about it before that happened even.
my life goal, my life dream, if we're talking about a 5-year plan, whatever. I want to make music-related content, specifically inspired off of a guy called Joe Jenkins who plays piano in public. I think this guy's pretty cool. And I think he's awesome. This is much before even Brad tasting music. So I've had these ideas. It's just this is just like so unserious of a point to act as if I made my channel out of spite, to get at Brad, or for these wrong motivations.
Bro, that is not what Rose is saying. It's very clear that Rose is not saying exactly that. You're twisting it to make it sound more deranged than it is.
Because to say all these things, you would have to say that I'm just completely grifting and I don't really care about anything I'm saying and I'm just doing this to make money, which is also very silly because all my videos get copyrighted and they don't make revenue.
But then you do the thing that Brad does, which is like paid request, which, I mean, other YouTubers have done that, but it's like, again, it's addition to everything else. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're wrong, but we could just move on because you already self-admitted you don't have enough evidence to prove literally anything you've said. You're just...
Oh, this one. This one here. I know this is pre-recorded, but Lerix already responded to this by then, and he mogged her, bro. Okay, man. Well, we must have been watching a different conversation then, because, you know, it's very obvious that Liam is desperately trying to railroad Rose into saying certain things so that he can claim, you know, winning it essentially. And she is actually making some reasonable points, and he's desperately trying to shut it down so that he can pump his narrative into the situation. I mean, debating it at all means that Rose won. Yeah, engagement with Rose immediately lost. Exactly. But, yeah. Disappointing. Very disappointing. Very wretched behavior from old Lerix here, I think.
Just making these weird assumptions of like, this is how it like comes across to me when you have nothing to offer. You have nothing to prove. This video is nothing.
I mean, I strongly disagree. I think that there's plenty of evidence.
Genius. Okay. So what we move on to next is, what are we talking? There's just so much out of context, terrible things. Are you aware that you brought up clips of me when I'm like 16 and 17, despite that you want to move on from your rape comments when you were, how old? 23? When you were defending all of this? And these weren't even jokes. These were just your actual takes that rape is natural and necessary.
Yeah, I think I said this when I watched the video, but some of the clips were particularly old, and I didn't really care about, you know, some of those clips are stupid to include, I think. You could just focus on the more recent stuff and make the same points, you know?
So if you want to move on from those when you're 23, how are you going to bring up clips from when I'm 16 and 17 trying to hold my feet to the fire?
So first of all, the clip you're showing on screen, I believe is from when I was like 19 or 20. Don't remember exactly. That was like 5-6 years ago. So the clips that I show are from like a similar time period or maybe even a little bit.
Dude, I don't understand how people aren't getting this. Is it unbelievable that a 20-something has other interests and doesn't want to be locked into talking about drama for the rest of his life? Bro, I said when I originally heard about his turn and the success he was having, good luck to him. Of course I understand that, and I get that endlessly talking about drama is not for everyone. I know because I talk about it myself all the time, and yes, sometimes it gets a bit dull or boring or samey, or, you know, you'd rather be doing or talking about something else, whatever. It's nothing to do with wanting to do something else. It's the way that he's gone about it and the, you know, deceptive nature that he's approaching it that's the issue. And if you don't understand it at this point, I don't know how else to explain it to you. I've laid it out so clearly, repeatedly at this point.
How do I make money off depressed people?
Is this the battle of the neurodeficients?
Thank you for the $5. Wait, really? Yes, despite my, you know, happy demeanor every day, despite my, you know, fantastically enjoyable demeanor every day, yeah, some days you're like, oh, I can't be fucked today. Obviously. Right? I mean, I get that from the perspective of the viewer, it seems like it is cushy, don't get me wrong, and it's obviously much better than working in an office. But obviously, I'm only human. I'm a human like you are, okay, dude?
Lolicon Liam.
Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. And you know, I mean, obviously, it probably is noticeable sometimes. I don't want to make a big thing, but obviously, yeah. To me, streaming is like it's a job to me. So obviously, it's like going into the office. Obviously, I'm not saying it's exactly the same. To be clear, okay? Right? Dude, you guys have no idea how it... Dude, yes, thank you, DK. You have no idea how it feels to have your job to be watch the same H3 video made for the 8th time. It can be... Yeah, exactly, dude. And I don't want to get into the whole social batteries and stuff. It's cushy. If I had that much of a problem with it, I'd go and get a normal fucking job, okay? Just to be very clear, don't be thinking I'm doing oh guys, feel sorry for me, I've got it so hard. It's more just to express to you that I get it. Obviously, it's not always going to be of interest.
But how do I make
or something
money
like that,
off
you know?
depressed people?
We pay you to react. Keep reacting. Chud.
Thank you, Cassie Flockin, for the super chat. Yeah, you know, it's just one of those things. I don't know, dude. It's a human thing. It's like, you know, if you do anything, even if you absolutely love what you do for a living, it's going to be a bit like, you know, you wake up one day and say, oh God, I can't really be bothered today, you know? Today, for example, I'm starting stream and I've got this funny Tectone story to talk about. I mean, that's like great, and you have a great time with that, you know? But when you are doing day 30, 40, 50, 60, more in some cases, of like, you know, the Mr. Beast drama or the obviously Ethan Hassan Destiny type shit, yeah, it's a bit like, oh, okay. Here we go. Time to fire up exactly the same fucking perspective as I've had for months about this, because it's not really changed that much, and it's, you know, do you know what I mean? It's, yeah. And so I've got sympathy for it, and I get it, right? I mean, I do still elicit enjoyment out of when it's fresh, interesting, I'm personally interested in it, whatever, okay? But I can understand that for some people it gets too much and you don't want to do it anymore. And it could just be like, the daily aspect of it can grind you down. Like, you've always got to be focused on whatever the hottest topic is and talking about that and da-da. I get it. You know, I totally understand why people feel that way about it. You know, it's just be real if you're moving on. Just be real and just be like, look, I got bored of it. I got sick of it. Yeah, I've said some edgy shit. Go and look at it, whatever, da-da-da-da. You know, etc. I don't know. So it's nothing to do with wanting to move on. Like, this is the annoying crabs in a bucket mentality that I'm desperately trying to pull Liam back down to my level. Bro, I didn't even fucking get into this because I didn't really know the ins and outs of it. And I was like, good luck to him. Good luck to him. He's got success doing something he really loves. Anyway.
More recent than that. And so what I was trying to show is like, hey, like, you know, people have said shit about me for what I said. Here's clips of this guy saying the same kind of shit, if not worse. So yeah, it's the point of like, you know, double standards. Standards for me and standards for you. And I feel like, you know, anybody, it's fair.
What is the double standard?
You said similar to people being upset by
what is the double standard? What is the double standard?
I think it's a double standard the way people treat me and give you an excuse. Yes.
So you're talking about people. So you're angry that you have been taken down, like that how people have treated you, and you're mad that people haven't been. So is this admission you made your video out of spite because you're mad that people didn't take you seriously and brought up your previous actions, so you wanted to take me down with you? This seems really weird to admit.
I think that based on the things that you've said to me, it was completely fair for me to make a video about this stuff. And I'm not going to be gaslit into thinking that I was crazy for making this video.
So you're literally just saying that you wish that people punished me as hard as they punished you. Do you understand how weird and deranged this comes across?
A fair shot and saw me as a human being. That is what I wish.
Rose, this is crazy. This has nothing to do with me.
Like,
you're lashing.
Why am I so horrible for like saying, hey, the way that this person said this affected me?
You're mad at other people's.
So that's the thing. Why is it bad when I do that? But when you are like, oh my God, Rose said this, like all of a sudden it's totally fine because you have a platform and people who get you. But when people, I mean,
so you are mad at how other people have treated you. So you decide to lash it out and take it out on me.
Again.
Dude, Chud could pivot into Warzone shoutcasting pretty easily, considering how much he ends up watching his teammates play. Oh my God, dude. What a great... That's fair comment, to be honest.
For all of the reasons I explained in my video, I feel like I have a right to be upset.
That's fine.
So there actually isn't a double standard with me. There's a double standard of how you feel about how other people have responded to something. Rose, this comes across as completely deranged.
Really?
Yes.
I don't see that as deranged. I mean,
okay.
Like I said, I never felt like people gave me that chance.
Am I people?
I made that video because I was upset by what you said.
Am I people?
And I was upset by the unfair treatment.
So you literally, I mean, I don't want to like dumb this down, but you literally just saw me gaining subs and you're like, this is fucked up that this guy's gaining subs. You know what? I should be gaining these subs and I wish people would have supported me instead of supporting this Liam guy. This is really weird.
Like, you're acting like I wasn't even upset by what you said at all.
Yeah, Rose is like a clout-obsessed freak. Yeah, sure, but I mean, you can think that and also see, you know, the deceptive aspects of his behavior too.
Like, that's no.
Okay. Where did this point start? What were we talking about?
I don't remember. Hold on. Was it the Brad stuff?
It was how you brought up clips of me when I'm 16 to 17, trying to hold my feet to the fire. And then I brought up on how you've said these things, and you were mad that people didn't let you move on from it. When you realize you've put in no effort of trying to move on too, like you realize that you could have a successful YouTube channel. You just don't put in any work. You don't do anything. You don't stream. I told you the same thing in private. I gave you literal advice when you said the same thing to me in private weeks ago. Just let me finish and then you can say something.
Yeah, I mean, this is true. Rose, you know, Rose thought a quick way to success was trying to do like be controversial and get attention and stuff like that, but that's fleeting. And what you need to do is do something consistently, and then you'll probably be able to grow something out of it if you've got any sort of interest, talent, whatever, right? So yeah, I mean, this is true, but it doesn't really change the criticisms that I think are valid about Lerix, you know?
Yeah, let me finish. You asked me the same advice, and I gave you the advice that, hey, all you got to do is that, of course, there's going to be people coming around to you and going to bring up your past, but just stream daily and show people on who you are now. Show people your in and out actions, how you feel about things, to know that you aren't this like evil person who has these terrible like fucking opinions about rape or something. And I gave you this advice, just upload consistently. You haven't taken any of that, and you could be successful, but you choose not to be.
So here's what I did, okay?
We're bringing up the guys, the Turkey Tom Lerix girlfriend thing, okay, is essentially that they have got this. What's the person's name? I can't remember the name. But this woman has switched between Lerix and Tom, and it's caused a bit of like friction. It's like a love triangle type situation. There was no self-harm. That was a like stupid meme that people pushed. That didn't happen. But it is true that there's this woman called Kai that swaps between the two of them. It's kind of a dead meme at this point, to be honest. I feel like we're sort of past that now.
I took a break from YouTube, focused on my mental health, focused on graduating college, all that shit, you know? And so I came back with a massive video. I was really proud of it. And I made it on like the Brad's playlist. Brad featured that video. He had to delete the community post. And I was really proud. And I was gaining an audience. That video has like 100,000 views. It was great. And then I made a sequel video saying, all right, I can make this into a series. I can turn this into a format. Like, I got something here. And what happened was the video was not controversial at all. It was just about worse samples. And then I put the video out. Brad makes a community post, and every freaking drama channel covers this shit. They turn this thing that nobody cared about into all of this drama. I'm getting comments telling me to kill myself. Like, I'm getting tons of harassment. And from my perspective, all I did was put out a video that I'm passionate about. It's like, I wanted to do that. I wanted to make good content, and I was working on videos, but I'm like, I can't release this.
How does this have anything to do with me?
What?
How does this have anything to do with me?
Well, because I'm explaining to you why, like, I can't, I mean, I tried, like, obviously time has passed. I can do that kind of thing now. Like, I've released more videos, and, you know, there's been enough time where it's like, okay, people have moved past that. But that was a time and place where I was really like, holy shit, like, I have this, like, my videos are doing, no, people are just stuck on the past.
This is completely irrelevant to me. All this reads as is that you're mad at other people and how they treated you, so you lash out at me randomly.
I mean, I'm explaining because you were talking about like my channel and like, oh, you know, you need to upload more. And I was like, all right, well, that was my plan last year. I don't know. I mean, that's...
And the Brad stuff happened. Wow.
Yeah.
I have nothing to do with that. Crazy. Why don't you just keep it pushing? Same reason why now I'm having to deal with you. Just like this annoying fucking fly on me. I'm now having to deal with you.
The truth of Rose is Rose just wants a quick, easy win to rapid success. Rose is the equivalent of someone buying endless shit coins, desperately hoping that they're going to become a millionaire off of one of them, right? Did it with the Mr. Beast stuff too, by the way. You know, was messaging me about this big Mr. Beast video that they were doing. And I think by that point, I was so fucking bored of the Mr. Beast shit, I didn't even fucking cover it. But, yeah, shortcutter, right? Mr. Beast stuff, the Brad Tay stuff. Now I think the same thing's happening here with, because, you know, Liam's got 100k subs and gets tons of views on his video. It's like a shortcut to success by going after a big YouTuber in some way that you think will bring about instantaneous attention. But the problem is that that just does not work, right? There's a reason there's like a 15 minutes of fame, and Rose is having that split up at like 2-minute intervals across her career, if you can even call it that. You know, you've got to just consistently do something, and then you will build an audience over time. That's it. There's no shortcuts. There's no easy way to do this. You know, that's how you've got to do it. It's impossible to instantaneously get attention and then turn it into something.
Forward to this. I'm just going to keep going. But of course, I'm going to like shut this down when it's bullshit. And obviously you're trying to take shit out of context and drag me down.
Trans cam nuggets. Yes.
I made that video because, like I said, I feel like the way that people treat me is unfair. And so, like, why am I going to give you courtesy? Why am I going to assume the best when I feel like nobody assumed the best out of me? Like, everyone assumed the fucking worst out of me.
Wait. You just said, since everybody assumed the worst out of you, why would you grant me any good charity? So you're just going to repeat the cycle onto someone else? So you're mad about how you were treated. So you're going to treat other people and me the same way that you were poorly treated? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck did you just say?
Oh.
God, okay, you need help, man. Jesus Christ. Hello? My phone died. That is a coincidence for the lifetime. Holy shit. Okay. Just like, actually just like an annoying fly. Just... Okay. What did she just say? Well, since people didn't give me the benefit of the doubt, why would I give you the benefit of the doubt? Like, just talking about complete strangers, random people. What is even happening? Okay. I don't know how much, like, worth is even going to come out of this conversation. Is there anything left to talk about? This will be, like, the last point. Okapoga makes fit too. This will be, like, the last point. I'll give her, like a couple minutes of airtime more, but this is, like, going nowhere. This is just completely worthless.
Bro, Lerix has never commented on Rose's past. I don't know if you were here. He did it before the last stream that we watched of his, where he brought up all of her tweets and talked about the crazy shit she said in the past. He's done it within the last day of this stream happening.
Call in when will you be ready? When will you be ready? I think you genuinely need to block this person, not interact with her again. Glad you addressed this, but this is bad shit. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a level of it where it's just sad. I mean, she's just, like, mentally... She just has problems that she actually just needs to get help for.
Hold on. I'm sorry. My phone literally died. I'm back, though. My bad.
Okay. Do you have... So, did you hear the last thing I said? I feel like this is really coming to a close, but did you hear the last thing I said?
Phone died.
Okay, so what I said, and again, this is going to be like the last point. This is really getting like worthless at this point. But you just said to me, the last thing you said to me before I guess your phone died was that because other people misrepresented you and treated you poorly, then why would you treat me good? Why would you give me some charity? So you just admitted like you're just going to repeat the cycle. People treated you bad, which has nothing to do with me. So then you're going to treat someone else bad. Do you understand how that comes across?
I mean, like, I understand, but I feel like
that is deranged and malicious. You realize that is malicious. People treated you poorly, so you're going to treat someone completely unrelated poorly.
Well, at the same time, you said that stuff to me, and that hurt me. And
so
it's
now
like,
so now you're still pivoting. So now you're pivoting to something else. Can we talk about the core of the issue right now?
Now what's going to happen is all of your audience is going to harass me and send me awful comments, and that's going to make me think, okay, I was right to say that shit, because I think if you cared more, you wouldn't like.
You're the perpetual victim. No matter what happens,
to harass me, and it's responsible.
You will always be the victim. You're the person who attacked me and is coming to me making an exposed video about me, and now you're going.
Bro, the problem is like, yeah, something can be malicious and a lie, but it can be malicious, but there can also be some truth to it. Well, in that case, you probably want to discern what the truthful aspect is, rather than just go, it's malicious. Like, oh my god, bro. Keep running, Liam. Keep running. We're right behind you. We're coming for you. We're coming for your new channel. We're here. We never leave. We're always watching. We're always going to be watching now. That's it now.
Bitch and whine and complain about people harassing you when people disagree with you. Yes, this is like deranged.
So much growing and changing, dude.
What, growing and changing? I've never grown and changed from saying bitch, whine, and complain. This has always been me, and this always will be me. I'm understandably frustrated with you. Do you know that? Like, how old are you? And like, you're just like completely dodging any accountability here. You're now just the victim of, now people are going to harass me now.
Well, because I see the comments already.
Yes, because you made a fucking deranged video full of lies and slander. So, of course.
It's not lies and slander. The clips are real clips.
This is entirely worthless. If you don't see this, like, this is going nowhere. For some reason, I actually thought this would go somewhere.
Doing a great job of manipulating your audience, right? That's my opinion.
Manipulating your audience. So you're the person who's already self-admitted. Cool, that's your opinion. You've already self-admitted that you don't have proof for anything you've said so far. It's just how you feel in this video. And you're not manipulating your audience by bringing stuff out of context completely to make me look as worse as possible. But I'm manipulating. And now you're responding to chat.
Can I read what Colton said in the chat yesterday?
No, I want nothing to do with you, and I'm blocking you.
Look, let me read these comments.
Oh! What the
Dude,
fuck?
just like actual just deranged person.
What all that to block?
Didn't mean to be so serious. Didn't mean to be.
All of that to just block Rose at the end as well. Oh my god. running again from the past once again. Usain Bolt turned white in the flesh.
He's so serious, and but dude, just like what the fuck is even like just actual insane person. Apologies if I came across as too serious at times, and uncomfortable, but whatever. Nothing even further to discuss. That person just needs help. She admitted to everything, so yep, there you go.
I think it's a bit of an unfair shake for Rose to act like there was no points made of any worth. Like, yeah, Rose is obviously a clout-obsessed fucking weirdo, but like some of the points were legitimate and correct, and there were good arguments being made there. And you know, Liam was clearly being dishonest in his responses, like saying, for example, you know, he was inspired by Brad taste in music, not accurately reflecting the true nature of, you know, his comments about it when he was covering it. And then when he plays it on stream, plays a bit of it, recognizes it makes him look bad, stops it, goes, oh, that's enough of that. There's a chat comment.
All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out tonight. We have 3 more songs to get to, and then we're going to call it a night. I got to go. So we got 3 more songs. There you go. So that is a sum up of her video. She is actually the victim. Rose Mulet is the victim in all this. She's the victim, and now she's the one getting harassed despite making a video on me. She's not going to complain about the response back. So, yeah, this video is deranged, out of context, and fucked up, and Rose needs some kind of help. So, there you go. All right. Karma's indeed a bitch. Funny timing. All right, guys, I got 3 more songs to go into for tonight, and then it's back to regular scheduled programming. I know some of you guys like the drama sometimes. Me, personally, I'm not really big on it. I'm not really big on it these days. I'm not really,
Dude,
not really
even after this is all spun up, that hit piece has still only got 2,500 views, and that's with it having the most attention it will have at this point in the drama cycle from this bigger channel. How many views has it got now? It's just ridiculous. Wow, 3.9k views. Dude, this is why sometimes it's like, you know, you are just better off just not really paying attention to, you know, or even, you can pay attention to it. Like, sometimes it might be something that criticizes, that it's got a relevant point to make. And that's fine. You know, take the relevant point and move forward. But you don't have to, like, draw attention to it and cover it and go over it on stream, you know? Yeah, he shouldn't have responded. Or if he did, just be real. But he hasn't. He's, like, slyly misrepresented certain aspects, I believe, to better sell to his new audience. The Lerix identity calling to him like the Green Goblin mask. True, Lanza. Absolutely. But there we go, guys. There is the further Lerix stuff. Get him on a call. I'd speak to Liam. Lerix. I'd speak to Lerix. Would he speak to me? I don't know. I don't know if he'd... I don't know if he'd speak to me. But I'd definitely speak to Lerix about this stuff. I've tried to be fair. But, you know... I would be fair in the conversation too. We need a kangaroo court stream. I mean, why would Liam subject himself to that? A kangaroo court stream. It shouldn't be that. It should just be a combo. But there we go, guys. Yeah, we'll bring Stylo on as the prosecution, sure. 100% conviction rate. I don't know, dude. I mean, obviously it's just a meme, isn't it? But I do, you know, like, I do try and you know, see things from different sides and whatnot. I don't know. I don't want to suck myself off. I'll let you be the judge of how fair I am, okay? People keep telling me about the Beatles debate. Can someone? I'm probably not going to watch it. Can someone just summarize what's the primary thing of this Beatles debate? Is it just that he doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes to music? Stop smacking your desk. Sorry, I did it again.